Alrighty. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome, Junior. Hopefully all is well. Yeah. Last night that was a wee bit rough. 21 lands, lots of cost reduction, so I thought perhaps I could get away with that. And not the case. Cut. How's it going? I think this is absolutely going to be quite a bit better than last night's list. As I mentioned, 21 lands. Yeah. Kind of rough sometimes. Couldn't quite get there. So tonight I removed some things, shuffled a little bit around. We're up to 23. So I think that is going to do lovely. Absolutely beautiful. Technically it is 24. You might be asking yourself, I see 23. I know numbers. Well, Castle Garenbrig. I've mentioned this a bit before, but I've started to consider it as 2 lands. Whatever number of lands you're using. If it includes Castle Garenbrig, any number of this, but I like to have the full playset because it is so impactful. We have 5 lands. Well, if one of them is Castle Garenbrig, we have 6 mana. Is it kind of like we have 6 lands in a sense? Not exactly, but we do have an extra mana, so it's not too far off to think of it that way, which is lovely. 1 Goreclaw. Of course, 4 is very crazy. I like to do crazy stuff and at the very least show why it may not be a good idea. Live through the bad ideas so I get an even greater perspective on everything. And I certainly have a lot of perspective because this is the only thing I do. But yeah, 1 Goreclaw, 1 Nylea Keen-Eyed as a kind of second Goreclaw. It is quite a bit different, similar-ish with that cost reduction. Creature spells we cast cost 1 less, so that's certainly, well, it's half as much as Goreclaw there. But she does reduce all creatures, which is quite nice. Reducing Marauding and Huntmaster. That's not going to come into effect too much, but just extra cost reduction. I could maybe see myself going 2 Nylea, 2 Goreclaw, something like that. Definitely maybe 2 Goreclaw or 3. Ooh. But I don't have duplicates of them, so I never have to worry about seeing extra copies. There you go. Pretty straightforward right there. So still some cost reduction. The ramping of Topiary Stomper, the other cost reduction as always of Marauding and Huntmaster here. Going to be lovely stuff. The pseudo card advantage of Xenagos. If we double a creature, is it as if we have 2 copies of that creature? Sort of. I'm still thinking I might up it back to 2 or 3 because there is just so many instances where I want to see it. I'm like, oh, if I had just seen Xenagos. Lovely. He comes down. Maybe I don't have any creatures to double. The opponent has killed everything. And this is the only play. I know. In the back of my mind, I'm safe. Any creature I draw, it's coming down. It's being doubled. It's having haste. Top deck of Shifting Ceratops. That is now a 10-9 haste. Chances are you'll be able to give it trample as well. So a 10-9 haste trample for 5. Because you have to pay an extra green. It could be reduced potentially, but hey, oh, lovely. Regisaur Alpha, pretty good. You can attack with the 3/3 token, or of course Xenagos to double Regisaur Alpha, making an 8/8. Give it haste because it does not give itself haste. Probably has to attack first to be the alpha and show all the dinosaurs underneath it what to do to inspire them, I think. Or maybe it just roars, then they go ahead. It's that sort of situation. I like to think it leads by example. Well, that's my thinking. Yeah, still 4 Great Henge because it's great. It's that great. But, you could easily trim 1, 2. 4, of course, is pretty crazy stuff, but I still want to see it. If we see it, if it lands, we pop off. As you guys may have seen with that standalone match, the episode that I posted, the best match I ever had. I certainly think it was against Mono Red Aggro, winning because of this in Game 1 and Game 3. Nothing else would have helped quite like the Great Henge. It's partly why I just want to see it as often still. Of course, this is like maximum creatures, so there's maximum chance for the Great Henge to pop off. The ramp cost reduction stuff is attached to a creature, so that's partly why I'm really focusing on Goreclaw, Nylea, anything still creature based. And of course Nylea, I mean, there's a very good chance we get to 5 devotion for green, make her a creature. A 5/6 indestructible is pretty darn fantastic. James, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. Yeah, this is going to do the trick. My oh my. We'll take a look at the number of creatures. 33. That's pretty good for the Great Henge. It's kind of like, think Collected Company. Collected Company for 3 and a green. You look at the top 5 or 6 and you can put 2 creatures with a mana value 3 or less from among that onto the battlefield. So it's like you want to maximize the hits, maximize the potential. If you're using something like Collected Company, chances are every single creature in the deck has a mana value of 3 or less. Sometimes you sprinkle in a questing beast, something that is just above Collected Company. Maybe you have 28 hits, 30, hard to say, but something like that, a critical mass to make sure you increase your chances of getting the most value out of that. So having a critical mass of tons of creatures to get the most value out of this, because it is always painful if there's a land on the top and a non-land interaction, a fight spell, damage-based single target removal, that sort of thing. We have the best interaction with this right here. You're asking yourself, no, you have no interaction. Well, the interaction is with the opponent's face, with their life total. That's the most important thing to interact with, because you get them down to 0, you win. Oh yes, 33, exactly there. 33, 34. And elves. Elves is like, that's scary stuff. There's basically no elf that is above a mana value of 3. A few of them. The new Tyvar, I believe. Actually, I want to take a look at the new Tyvar. I'm pretty sure it's a mana value of 4. Tyvar the Bellicose. That's how you spell it, yeah. Yeah. Tyvar the Bellicose. Hopefully we get something dinosaur related with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. That would be pretty cool. Whenever one or more dinosaurs you control attack, they gain Death Touch. If we could give all the dinosaurs Death Touch, because a lot of them have... Get back there. A lot of dinosaurs naturally have Trample. If you have Death Touch and Trample, you only have to deal 1 damage to each creature that's blocking your creature, because 1 damage is lethal. So a lot of damage continues on through, and if the opponent is not aware, they're just gonna die. It may not matter if they're aware or not. There might be nothing they can do. But yeah, hold on. I've always wondered about this in elves. Each creature has whenever a mana ability... we don't have mana abilities on dinos. But anyways, a dinosaur that gives all other dinosaurs Death Touch. I could see that being a possibility. Maybe one day. Yeah, not many elves above a mana value of 3, so of course Collected Company is a classic fit for that deck. Yasharn. Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at Yasharn as well. We'll get into the matches in just a second. It's nice to look at all these potential choices. Some you guys may have forgotten potentially if you're new here, just starting out with Dinosaurs, or wondering what can I do against this deck that is giving me a headache. Yasharn would be the thing. Helps if I put in an H. When you're facing off against Rakdos Sacrifice and the opponent sees you play this, they're like, oh darn, it's Yasharn. Pretty much, because it shuts down all the things they're doing. Enters the battlefield, you search your library for a basic forest and a basic plains. Putting them into your hand that's not the best thing in the world, but you may not have played a land that turn, so you could put the forest or the plains onto the battlefield, and players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. Man, that is like, oh, the ultimate hosing thing. Of course, they can't steal Yasharn. Well, they couldn't sacrifice anyways. It's good. If this lands, they are going to target it with Fatal Push, so hopefully you've played some creatures before this and they don't have a Fatal Push or go for the throat, but if they can't remove it, they may just concede in a couple turns, because, well, it stops basically everything they're doing. Blood Tithe Harvester, they can't sacrifice Blood Tithe Harvester. And I don't believe they can sacrifice Blood Tokens. Witch's Oven. Yeah. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. But getting sidetracked. Although there's not many changes. Ancient Imperiosaur. Part of the thumbnail tonight. Pairing the Great Henge with this. I think they're a perfect pairing. Fierce Empath Torch Courier. Oh, I love that. I love that. I do like seeing people figure out the hoops that they have to jump through to give Ancient Imperiosaur haste. Of course, we're naturally spoiled. It's a dinosaur, so we've got Regis or Alpha to give it haste, or Xenagos to give it haste. You guys may not have seen... I forget this stream. It was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I beat an Elementals player with 2 lands. 2 lands. I had a Gwenna Eyes of Gaia out as well, tapping for 2 for a creature. Untapping if we cast a creature with a power 5 or greater. So Gwenna just tapped. I played a Shifting Ceratops. Tapped. Played Xenagos. I had enough devotion. Xenagos entered as a creature, and then I had enough creatures that I tapped all the creatures to play Ancient Imperiosaur. Then Gwenna also untapped when she convoked for the Imperiosaur. It entered as a 16/16. Yeah. And then Xenagos doubled it. 32/32 off of 2 lands and 1 Gwenna Eyes of Gaia. That's what it's all about. But certainly Torch Courier, scary stuff. Yeah. It certainly was interesting. I think people got that out of their system, the different variations of getting this thing down and attacking with it. Hasty, of course. But I think it is a natural fit. Of course, every creature in the deck technically is ramped for Ancient Imperiosaur. Kind of like all those tokens. I may not want to tap too many of my creatures, of course making use of Topiary Stomper as always before we get to 7 lands. Whether it's a fight target or a convoke target to help Ancient Imperiosaur enter bigger and sooner. That's lovely. Huntmaster and Marauding. Again, I have to mention this. Both of these creatures are 2 reduction. 2 for Ancient Imperiosaur with their cost reduction and being a creature themselves. So that opens up a lot of possibilities to get Ancient Imperiosaur down early. The worst case scenario, you have 1 Huntmaster, 1 Marauding, and 3 lands. Say Ancient Imperiosaur is the only thing in your hand. you can get it down. With the 2 reduction, Ancient Imperiosaur is reduced to only needing to pay 5. Lovely. You can Volk Huntmaster and Marauding, paying for 2 of that now 5. You only need 3 left. Boom, you have 3 lands. There you go. Oh, a 10-10 trample, ward 2. That's pretty decent. Sadly, you can't attack with it in that scenario, but hey, that's alright. That's alright. Hopefully, you get to use Huntmaster to give it haste and make the opponent squirm. But, going back to this and the Great Henge, I could easily get the Great Henge down for dirt cheap. Having a bunch of creatures, if I at least leave 2 lands back, I tap out most everything. Ancient Imperiosaur enters, even if it's just an 8-8, that's pretty reasonable as well. We get the full reduction of the Great Henge. With 2 lands that I have, boom, play it, play some more creatures, whatever makes the most sense. Beautiful. Or if I'm completely tapped out, and I still have this in hand after I've played a bunch of stuff with the Great Henge, drawing a lot of things, I can invoke a ton of creatures, whichever number makes sense, still get this down. It's a little bit bigger with the counter from the Great Henge, and I draw a card. And I probably get to attack with it. As always, convoking with Regisaur Alpha itself, we still get to attack with Ancient Imperiosaur because it doesn't matter if Regisaur Alpha is tapped or untapped. Other dinosaurs still get that haste. Oh, it is divine. My, oh my. Sideboard-wise, nothing changed. Heck, I can win with Glass Cannon Galta. 4 Galtas, 4 Raptor Hatchling, Turbo Galta, you could say, getting it down potentially on turn 3. I won, I think, my first 2 matches a couple nights ago, and I had no sideboard. Pretty crazy stuff. You should never really expect to do that too much. But, Reckless Rage, instant speed interaction, the premium instant speed interaction. Greasefang, mono white human spirits, potentially. Hopefully I get that pesky spell queller if we face Azorius spirits. I want to get revenge. Speaking of revenge,
grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Yeah, you said it, Arnold. Whew. Ah, that's good, it's good. Back to nature again. Classic, fantastic. Nobody expects this. Hopefully I get to take down the enchantment-themed deck in Game 1, surprise them in Game 2, and watch them possibly scoop right there after I smoke them. That's a lovely feeling. Tranquil Throwback as well. Again, like I mentioned last night, it's a creature, it's a dino. It does a lot of stuff. Great Henge, we draw a card off of Tranquil Throwback. It's a 4/4 with the counter. And we gain 4 life. That's what I want to be doing. And Ripjaw, well, again. Alright. I say we jump into it. Without further ado. Oh, absolutely. And let's look at where I might switch things up for Gruul Charm. I just love Reckless Rage. There's nothing quite like it. That's why I like 4 copies. Would I want to go a few less? Perhaps. Oh, it does have that Enrage synergy. And Reckless Rage can hit so many different things. But of course, if creatures are on the ground, Gruul Charm does have that ability where creatures without flying can't block, which that could make all the difference. We just get tons of power. Boom. Mono green can't do anything. Mono white humans. Rakdos mid-range. We would just fly right past, and I have tried that a couple nights before with Magmatic Chasm. It's the strictly worse Gruul Charm. Sorcery speed for 1 and a red. Creatures without flying can't block, but Gruul Charm is instant speed. Smoke flyers just go right through and watch the opponent's creatures on the ground and not be able to do anything. So I could see that. I guess I could see myself maybe trimming Tranquil Throwback. Perhaps. hard to say. I have so much lovely damage. Perhaps I don't want to bring that in. A Tranquil Throwback perhaps could feel better. Being able to exile target graveyard, a little bit more artifact enchantment hate. That's a tough one. Throw in a couple copies, of course. Maybe Trim Reckless Rage, Tranquil Throwback, 1 Back to Nature, 3 Gruul Charms after that. That could be pretty reasonable, although, man, I do love 3 Back to Natures instead of 2. I just love the hosing of enchantment decks. Man, I want to see that, well, more than 2 and less than 4, so that is why there's 3 Back to Natures. Pretty simple and straightforward. All right. What's it going to be? Hopefully, it is Mono Green Devotion. Of course, we have the best chance to get a big Ancient Imperiosaur. And a big Ancient Imperiosaur has been the way I've won against Mono Green Devotion in the past, because they don't interact a whole lot, get down a bunch of creatures, sacrifice some weak stuff to Portal to Phyrexia whenever Karn searches for it, and we still should be okay. Now, Dan B. Auras. Boros Heroic. Maybe. I can work with that. We got 3 lands and Topiary Stomper. Pretty reasonable right there. Could be a good chance we get a Great Henge mixed in somewhere. Technically have 4 lands. Oh, we can. Oh. Speaking of a Great Henge, well, that is looking pretty great. Hopefully it's not Angels. No. Oh, no, nuts. It is Angels. Okay, maybe dead. Sadly. Oof. We'll wait and see what they do next turn, but I don't have anything that shuts down life gain. Of course, we have 2 dinosaurs that do that. Yeah. That's too bad. We'll see. We'll see if we get the Great Henge next turn. If we get that 5th land, boom. We could potentially dump a lot of stuff. We got to worry about the flying, of course. Oh, phew. At least they didn't play Bishop of Wings on turn 2. Dodged a bullet there. Okay. I think we might get some good stuff happening. Gain 2 life. I don't think we're dead, but you never know. Collected Company could hit a lot of stuff. Attack with Giada first. Oh, no. It's not Collected Company. I'll take it. They're only at 26. Phew. Actually, they still have Collected Company with Giada there. She taps and she adds an amount of white equal to Angels or her power. Yeah, add white. Just 1 white. Okay. All right. Yeah. But here we go. So first we'll do Castle Garenbrig. You see, it's highlighting both Karplus and Forest. I need 1 source of red at least for Regisaur Alpha, so we'll tap the actual forests. And we'll use the 2 green from the Great Henge there. And then we do Castle Garenbrig's ability. And we're off to the races. Okay, so we have a potential total of 9. Regisaur for 5, we're left with 4. Well, let's see what happens. I mean, we need something with Reg. We need a ton of creatures potentially to get... Oh, Goreclaw. That's it. That does the trick. I love it. Oh. So close to getting Ancient Imperiosaur down. Let me think. 5, 9. We might not be dead. Maybe not. Let's see. I mean, if we're not dead, we really could get them next turn. 7, 9. They got 9. I would imagine they're able to power things up. The whatchamacallit, the angel where everything gets okay. Look, cross your fingers. It's now or never. They're going to be gaining a lot of life. Oh, phew. We're still not dead. I hope. Okay, good. They only have 3. They can't go with another collected company. Down to 1. Let's do it. I could get them. I could get them. This is kind of similar to that other match, that singular match that I had, that I posted last night. Okay. Make a big ancient Imperiosaur. Yeah. We're at. Oh well, we're certainly going with Topiary Stomper. We're going to get to 7 lands. That is beautiful. Perfect. Everything's going to have haste. I mean, this is the best we can do in the situation. Oh boy. Oh, Huntmaster. I'd like Huntmaster reducing everything. Huh, do I want to do that? Nah, we're doing that. Nope, not the Great Henge. I almost played the wrong thing. My goodness, that would have been very unfortunate. Ooh, okay. We could go 2 Carnage Tyrants. That'd be pretty crazy. Do I want to go 2 Carnage Tyrants? Is 2 Carnage Tyrants better than... Well, we'll go 1. We'll go 1, that's for sure. Where is Galta? Huh. Yeah, I'll go with another Carnage Tyrant. We'll see what happens. My, oh my. Yeah, well, let's, well, we'll see what happens. Everything has trample, which is pretty nice. I don't think it's enough for lethal, but that's pretty good. This is a pretty good example showcasing the potential. If it was anything other than life gain, we'd certainly be getting the job done. And I'm happy to show the greatness of Goreclaw right there. Chump blockers, don't have to worry about it. But, yeah. I just felt like showing this lovely amount of damage. Not quite enough, but yeah. I knew it wouldn't be enough. I just had to feature it. Okay, we know we can do a lot of stuff. That's for sure. And Tyrannix Rex. With the Toxic 4, if we get them to at least 10 poison counters, they die. Doesn't matter how much life they have if they're left at 2, 10. I have beat Angels in the past with this. But again, you can say, where is Rampaging Ferocidon or Giant Cindermaw? Of course, that would help in this matchup, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know the last time that I have faced Angels. It's certainly more popular in Best of 1 where people might have life gain hate in the sideboard. It's not common enough, I think, to bother having anything that hurts it. See if it gets a little bit more popular, but I'd rather maximum Ripjaw. So lovely. There's nothing quite like it. Maximum Tranquil Frillback, might as well do all that lovely stuff. If you want to hate against the graveyard, do it and have a body. Beautiful. Back to nature, yeah. Mess up enchantments, auras as well. Could be pretty nice. And Reckless Rage, pretty simple, straightforward. We don't hate against exactly everything, but we do cover, I think, enough angles. This for Greasefang. Tranquil Frillback for Greasefang. Reckless Rage for Spirits. This for various enchantments and all graveyard stuff. Boom, enchantments. Creatures, aggro, mid-range. All that sort of beautiful, beautiful things. Oh, I think I could do one sideboard slot, potentially. Talked into that for sure. Do I want where's that? We'll keep it like that. I had such a good time explaining things. I get sidetracked when I'm sideboarding sometimes. Forget to lock it in, but Reckless Rage maybe could have been good. Taking out Giada so she doesn't have all angels get bigger and bigger and tap for mana. But I definitely hate them. Well, I hate them so much. I did a stream, could have been a year and a half ago. Life Gain Hate. Oh, it was. Let me look it up. I'll let the Angels opponents do. Let them squirm a little bit. Bear with me 1 second. I think it might have been. It was probably about a year ago, something like that. I'll scroll quick, I swear. Do. Nah, it's taking too long. Okay, where is the link? There, that is the Life Gain Hate. Life Hate. Whatchamacallit. Oh, they got Giada. Nuts. Actually, did I take so long I missed a land? Must have, huh? Awkward. Well, that's okay. We'll get the job done. Certainly lovely stacking all this. Oh my.
Dang! Oh!
Well, that's okay. We got Ancient Imperiosaur. That's going to be pretty devastating next turn when we're able to play it. Going to be absolutely massive. My goodness. I could have sworn I was pretty fast searching for that, but yeah. Okay. Otepec Huntmaster next turn. Beautiful. For 2, we reduce Ancient Imperiosaur. Kinda by 2. Technically. We can play it right now. Of course, we need to play Huntmaster. That's just how it is. And we can still play it. 4. Let me do the math. Pay 2 life. Now, I definitely want to attack with it this turn, so we got to leave the 1 Huntmaster up. Yeah, that's what I want. Maximum damage. Hopefully it's enough to get the job done. Crossing my fingers. I mean, we're certainly recovering pretty nicely from missing that land, but if I hadn't, you can imagine how much better things would have been. We really would have gotten the job done. Yeah. Life Gain Hate there. Rampaging Frostodon. Roiling Vortex, I believe. Ooh. It was scary stuff. Well, that's not quite going to do it. I like dropping Reducer Alpha for 3 and shifting for 2. That tends to do the trick, I would think. Ooh. Got him. There you go. You don't even have to play all your lands when you can, and you still get them. I must say, it is pretty lovely, though, facing off against a deck that doesn't interact too much. Oh, I got redemption against a deck that a lot of us hate, or you might love Angels. Of course, it is pretty satisfying gaining all that life and seeing all your creatures get bigger and bigger. As the wind slips away from your opponent, you're gaining a bunch of life. Ooh, I can appreciate that potential. But yes, Reckless Rage, I want to bring that in. That's what we're doing. Galta, still shifting? Well, maybe. You know what? We're keeping Reckless Rage out. I don't really want to. Well, I could remove Carnage Tyrant. You know what? Let's remove Carnage Tyrant. We'll bring in Reckless Rage. Yeah, that makes good sense. Tyrannix Rex, just because, again, the toxic poison counters, possibly getting the win that way. Not quite what I want to see. I must say, though, increasing the lands to 23 from 21, it's about the smallest sample size there is. This is the first match, but I think it's feeling better. I always say you should try and get as big a sample size as you can stomach after you make any change, big, small. Don't exactly want to keep it. Something faster, something with, well, I mean, it got worse, but I wanted maybe interaction. Taking out Giada, something. Okay, well, we got the interaction. That is very good stuff. I'm going to send shifting to the bottom as well. Keep the lands that I can with the Reckless Rage, with, the Marauding there. If you cross your fingers. That darn Elvish Mystic. I think I know what's coming. Goreclaw. That's pretty cool. We're seeing Goreclaw quite a bit, even with it only being a single copy. That's neat. Neato. We're taking out Bishop of Wings. If they haven't just gone too crazy with that Collected Company. I'd say hashtag pre-recorded, but it's oh, actually that's pretty good. One hit. I like it. But the question becomes, do I want to take out Giada? She only taps for 1 white. That's pretty good. They don't have any other angels, and her ability, or each other angel enters with an additional counter for each angel you already control, so they only have 1, it's not going to get too bad. I'm kind of thinking Goreclaw. Yeah, we're going to do it. We're doing it. We're dropping the bear. The opponent might say, hey, that's not fair. When we make everything bigger with trample. I think it's worth a risk. They'd have another Collected Company whether I took out Giada or not, anyways, with the darned dorks. Oh, straight over the darn Righteous Vow. I should have taken out Bishop of Wings. That's nuts. They'll have another angel. They'll get to 27 or more. Oh, they're not. They're not getting to 27 or more. What is going on, folks? This is... I couldn't ask for anything better. Okay. I'm going to attack with both of those. They both get powered up. 2/5/4 tramples. Threatening the Righteous Valkyrie with either creature. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, the best thing to take out In my mind, it is that Bishop of Wings, but we'll wait and see what they do. Must admit, it would have been nice to have this mountain as... Oh, okay, yeah, that's... No, not happening. Not today. Stop that life gain. Phew! Or some of the life gain, at least. I think we might be okay. Seems like it. Oh, yeah. But yeah, with the mountain, very rough. Mono red sources are the bane of my existence. Multiple mono red sources. But if that was a source of green, I could have given shifting haste. I'm going to play this one again. I mean, mostly we're done for, I guess. Yeah, they gained enough life that... well, it doesn't really matter at this point, but... That's pretty good. Goreclaw putting in the work. It's not enough work, but hey, that's how it goes. Maybe Righteous Valkyrie blocks one of them or something. Okay, we could still do the trick. If we get him below 27, Righteous Valkyrie's ability won't be a thing. Giving +2/+2 to each creature they control. They're thinking we got something up our sleeve. Alright. So that angel token will be dropped to 7 power. We will be able to take it out if we Reckless Raged it. I can save Marauding if I take out Giada as well, which is pretty nice indeed. I can save either Shifting or Marauding. I think I'll actually save Shifting by taking out one of the dorks. Enough damage is going to continue on through. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to be enough, but I'd rather have a Shifting stick around. Yeah, that's not enough. Okay. Not much you can do. Certainly something that hated against the life would have been good. We had some nice interaction. Didn't quite get there, but we had a lot of lovely damage. Again, anything other than life gain, we would have smoked them. Poof. Ooh. Much better. Much better as the first match tonight. Hopefully it is a sign of things to come. Not sure that I will do too many matches just because I did start a little bit later. That's alright. No sleep for the dino. Sleep eventually, but not right now. Moise. Azori's control, perhaps. Of course, nice. Feels nice and safe, starting off with Shifting Ceratops. I'll just give it a go. If it is control, this could be very nice indeed, getting that Topiary Stomper. Hopefully, sneaking it out mono-8 humans. Nuts. Well, they don't have counter spells for Topiary. That's pretty good. If we can see a Great Henge as one of the next lands, that would be ideal. We would get Carnage next turn. That's where it's at. This is why Castle Garenbeek is so important. If you're using these big costly dinosaurs, like, oh man, Carnage Tyrant on turn 4 in a very hard to interact with way. Topiary enters, we get one ahead. Castle Garenbeek, oh, another turn. Any other lands, we could have gotten the Great Henge. Nuts. Well, we're mostly dead now, but we can see how different it could have gone. Oh, yeah, that does the trick. Not coming back from that. Oh my goodness. Ooh, exactly lethal. Beautiful stuff from the opponent. Mono white humans doing what they're supposed to do. Certainly Ripjaw switches with shifting. Ancient Imperiosaur, well, let's trim. Ancient Imperiosaur, they do have a decent bit of white-based removal. Temporary exile with ossification. Brutal Cathar. Pretty brutal. I think there could be a decent chance that Ancient Imperiosaur doesn't stick around too long. Although it is pretty satisfying, I must say. We gotta trim something somewhere for all the stuff though. And I would rather keep shifting in Ripjaw just as cheaper bodies. Bodies that might threaten the creatures that they have a little bit better just because, well, sometimes the humans are weak. Not so much when they put the counters on everything. But definitely Reckless Rage, yeah. Doesn't do a whole lot sometimes taking out one single human. But, you know, sometimes it will make all the difference. Maybe you respond to Brave the Elements. They're going to name red or green, whatever it is. You take something out before it gets protection from potentially red and Reckless Rage here. But something else. You know what? We'll trim shifting. Let's do it. One T-Rex. Okay. Whew. Get the job done. Yeah. I think we could have had a decent chance with that Carnage Tyrant. I think they still would have attacked with everything, getting us very, very low. But we would have been able to trade with any of those creatures and perhaps claw our way back. Okay, that's much better. That first hand, not good at all. We got a Reckless Rage, 2 Marauding Raptors, and 2 sources of green. I mean, it's basically guaranteed. There is, again, only one mono red source, so yeah, it's effectively guaranteed that I'm going to have 2 sources of green. It's pretty much impossible. It's about as impossible as you can hope for. Wow. Okay, not too bad. We'll be able to take something out with that Reckless Rage. Beautiful stuff. Do I want to trade with the Dauntless Bodyguard? Not so much. I want to be attacking with that Marauding Raptor. After... Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, got to be stomping ground. I need that one source of red left over for Reckless Rage there. I was thinking Cinderglade. I could have gone Cinderglade. I would have had 2 left over for Topiary, but that, yeah, we're going to be taking somebody out. We'll wait and see what they play. Could be a Brutal Cathar to steal Marauding Raptor. Could be you-know-who, Adeline. Oh, as I said it. Of course, Reckless Rage lines up beautifully with Adeline. Put a stop before combat just so I don't miss this. Yeah, that's a neato. See ya. Oh, and they're tapped out, so they can't protect her. Whew, that bought us a little bit of time there, I hope. Chef's kiss. Oh, and we got enough more lands. Well, we have enough lands at this point. Of course, you have a chance to flood any amount you use. Is it 18? You could flood. 26? Certainly, you could flood. That's okay. At least we can play just about anything at this point. I'll block the Dauntless Bodyguard. Absolutely. I am kind of Marauding Raptor locked. Shifting, Regis or Alpha. A few things would die to the total of 4 damage. Perfectly reasonable right there. I saved myself. Oh, okay. yeah, that's how it goes. We're not quite at 7. We just got too many lands, sadly. You can see how taking out one creature doesn't do a whole lot. Partly why I've not always brought in single target interaction against humans. You really just, you want a sweeper. For 3 damage. Well, before Thalia's lieutenant got too big. But imagine, pretend it had 3 toughness. Brotherhood's End, Anger of the Gods, whatever it is. Oh, lovely. We do lose Marauding Raptor and some of the, cheaper things. But there's enough dinosaurs that do survive the 3 damage, or maybe even 4 damage, potentially. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect to win all the time. I do win sometimes, but of course, aggro, with me being mid-range, I'm slower, they're faster. That's just how it goes. Yeah. You gotta lose to something. If you don't lose to anything, everybody's probably playing. Dark Wolf. I've faced Dark Wolf before. I think it was high diamond like Dark Wolf is right now. Diamond. Whoa. Let's see if we can play spoiler to them. Would it like something better? Perhaps. Could it be a lot worse? Yes. Okay, well, I think that could work. We'll send Regisaur to the bottom, hoping to get that 3rd land and continue. Good. Continue the ramping domination. Oh, that's going to work out. Love it. Get the Great Henge potentially. Oh boy, strap yourselves in. Hopefully they don't do anything to Topiary, or we draw out the enchantment-based creature destruction. I'm pretty sure Dark Wolf was playing something enchantment-based with Yorion, abusing enter the battlefield effects of those enchantments. Do the thing that makes me sacrifice a creature. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Well, the Great Henge it is. Hopefully, they don't exile it temporarily. Cross your fingers. My goodness. Oh, boy. I really wanted to go that other Topiary Stomper, I must admit. Well, they got something for it. Oh, they got the Leyline Binding. Yeah. At least we do have 3 more copies. Phew. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Goreclaw for 4. And the Topiary Stomper for 2. I'll take it. We'll be at a total of 7. Plus a ton of reduction for Shifting and Carnage Tyrant. Oh, a counter spell. Huh. Okay. Lots of painful stuff. Enchantments, counter spells, sweepers. Well, we still could get the job done. Especially with Carnage Tyrant. Oh boy. Oh my. Oh yeah. We're at 7. Lovely. We'll test the waters with Topiary Stomper. See if it draws out something. Removal-based. Removal-ish. Of course, Shifting dodges the counter spell, but I imagine we'll draw out a sweeper potentially. Maybe not so much with 2 Topiaries, but definitely with the Shifting here. Topiary, of course, doesn't tap, so you don't have to worry about you-know-who, the Wandering Emperor. Man, so many lands. Oh, Memory Deluge. They're searching for that sweeper. They may not have it. Looking at all those lands. Yeah. Whew. Scary stuff. I imagine we're done for. It's pretty hard to not get a sweeper when you dig so deep with Memory Deluge. Looking at the top 7, I believe, or top 4, maybe. Oh, they didn't get a sweeper. They didn't get a sweeper. Oh my goodness, folks. Oh, oh, okay, I like that. Yeah, don't untap stuff. Do I want to go Huntmaster and Carnage Tyrant? Well, we're going to go with Huntmaster and Carnage Tyrant. Yes, please. Topiary to finish off Teferi. It would be nice to do an extra 4 damage to them, but yeah, I'm not leaving Teferi alive. With them being at 8 or 12, not enough. Maybe if they were at like 5 or less, perhaps I would have sent everything towards them. I don't want them to draw an extra card, and I don't want them to untap 2 lands. Ooh, oh, cross the fingers. Here goes nothing. Sweeper. Maybe. Okay, that's pretty good. That's hopefully they don't have Settle the Wreckage. Cross your fingers. They don't. They're going to untap 2 right here. So they could Settle the Wreckage. Or they... Well, no. Oh, okay. I mean, it still could be lethal, depending if they don't do... Well, no, it is. Yeah. Shifting plus Carnage Tyrant is... Oh, 12. There we go. Yes. Got him. Nothing you can do about that. Whew.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, I almost knocked my coffee over. My goodness. Yeah. All right. Took down Darkwolf once again. General, Esper control. 4 color. 4 color control. Huh. A little bit of enchantments, but not super strong enchantment based. Kind of like that. Bouncing Invasion of Tolvada. I imagine would be nice. When Yorion enters, boom, bounce it. They get to return another non-battle permanent from their graveyard to the battlefield. Whew. Shark Typhoon. Come to think of it. If they've cycled Shark Typhoon, put it in the graveyard when this enters. If it does, they could have Shark Typhoon. Oh, ooh, okay. The flip side is an enchantment. Maybe I will bring in Back to Nature, come to think of it. No Galta. Certainly Nylia, I would imagine. Goreclaw. Gotta trim something somewhere. Excuse me. Maybe no Back to Nature. We do the No, we're not doing Tranquil Throw back to Nature. I want to take out the enchantments on the opponent's turn, during the opponent's turn. Okay. Oh, yeah, it must be at least... Oh, no, what? Hold on a second. All right, all 3 Back to Natures. We're going to take out that Leyline Binding, hopefully seeing Great Henge early. Revenge for them stealing it. That was pretty darn ruthless, though. Should have used the Willy Wonka, because persevering through Teferis and bouncing and just getting lucky that we didn't face down a sweeper. Whew. That always is very satisfying. Do I kind of like this? Not so much. Could it be a whole lot worse? Yeah. 1 mulligan. I think we can do 1. It's basically the same except no Huntmaster. Okay. Worth a shot. Send Regisaur to the bottom there. It got a little bit glitchy. That Tyrannosaurus Rex could make all the difference again. Oh, and Topiary to boot. But specifically Tyrannosaurus Rex, because there is only 2 copies in this variation tonight, so I'm happy to see it. I've seen Goreclaw with 1 copy and Tyrannosaurus Rex with 2. Less. Counterspell, killing, certainly some mixture of things. Try for Huntmaster, I guess. Fatal push. Something's gonna happen. Okay, so maybe no counterspell. That's kind of nice. Or they're saving it for something later on. Either way, we could still get shifting Ceratops. I must admit, Topiary Stomper would have been pretty good being at 5 this turn instead. You know what? I'm going to go with Topiary. To potentially be at 6 next turn, we can drop Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that might make all the difference. That would be pretty scary stuff. So hopefully, nothing happens to Huntmaster. Cross your fingers. Cross your claws. Okay, I like it. Yeah. Good stuff. Ooh, or they're attacking because they have a sweeper. Okay, I guess not. Well, take the 2. Boom. Hope they don't have Ether Gust or something like that. Alright. I like it. Beautiful. You can't target. That's pretty good. It can't be countered. Man, that's like the one thing that could stop it. That is nice. Ooh. Pretty good. Hexproof with Carnage Torrent, they couldn't target it. But the Ward 4, they can target it, and if they don't pay the 4, it's countered, but it can't be countered. Ooh, beautiful. You know what, we'll get Huntmaster. We'll stack that cost reduction. I think that's going to be the best thing for us. Possibly shifting plus Xenagos next turn if everything lines up nicely. Get a nice little attack with Regisaur Alpha here and, well, do some damage. It seems a little complicated, absolutely. I wouldn't imagine a sweeper. Maybe there is no sweepers in the mixture just because they seem to have a lot of creatures, so that could be a benefit for us. A positive if it does go to game 3. Now sweep. I mean, mostly we would just die to flying from the Archon of Sun's Grace. I don't like that. Kind of almost makes me want Reckless Rage. Almost. You can imagine the Great Henge. If we could have snuck it in, playing all these creatures, drawing a bunch of stuff, oh, that would have been devastating. Well, we know what they're going to try to do. They have 3 to counter something at least. Well, let's watch them counter Topiary Stomper. I imagine that's going to happen. Oh, it doesn't. Well, that's not so good. Perhaps. Now we got the lovely shifting Ceratops. Beautiful. Can't counter that either. Hopefully they don't have removal for it. As long as we can have shifting to get reach to block 1 Archon, that might make all the difference. Could also have Wandering Emperor, of course. We'll see what happens. Mostly maximum aggression. Just in case, leave that Regisaur behind. Oh boy. That certainly is a sticky situation. I wanted to attack with Regisaur, but maybe it could have been killed. I didn't want to have that happen because the haste from Regisaur could certainly make all the difference in the world. There's the Wandering Emperor. So if I had attacked with Regisaur, we would have lost it, unfortunately. To gain a bit of life when they exile the token, it's okay. Alright. As long as shifting does its thing, maybe we're okay. Actually, maybe not with that Restless Fortress. That's probably going to do us in, come to think of it. Okay, 4-5, I like it. Yeah, that's the Restless Fortress is, yeah, we're done for with that. It attacks, we lose 2 life. Although we have creatures to block, so maybe we can make something happen. A last-ditch effort. After they exile everything with the sunfall there. Whew, that is scary stuff. Where's the darned Carnage Tyrant when you need it? Tyrannix Rex. We could play Tyrannix Rex. Of course, I would really wish I had more than the 2 copies that I have, but we still have one more chance to see the second one. It's not nothing. Oh, not exile. Okay. We can't exactly take them down. Xenagos doubling Topiary, not quite. Carnage Tyrant plus Xenagos would do the trick, but yeah, it's just not enough. Not quite. We got one more chance. The darn Archon of Sun's Grace really did me in. I'm leaning towards this Reckless Rage to take it out, but we could also just not see it, and they could just not have too many creatures. I'd rather that not sit there instead. Back to nature, but they pretty much had no enchantments. Let's not go down that angle. I don't like it. Bring in the Goreclaw. Galta. Finish him off. 1 Tranquil Throwback. Maybe that's going to get us out of a painful situation, taking out the one single enchantment that is holding us back or causing us problems. Not that. 3 lands. 3 lands I'd keep it with Huntmaster and shifting. Shifting to get haste off of Huntmaster on turn 3. Oh, that's better. Ooh, way better. Oh boy. Send a mountain to the bottom. I like it. Oh, we see a mulligan. 1 mulligan, I think. Might have been 2. This is looking good. Cinderglade, of course, got to be the first land. I don't even have a single basic to help it enter untapped. I may try to sneak in Goreclaw next turn. Oh, okay. Now or never. Go big, go home. This is what it's all about. If they don't do something next turn, it is going to be devastating. Goodness, it could be almost lethal. Imagine there's a counterspell mixed in here. Of course, we'll try and get the counterspell burnt on Topiary. And then... Ooh, that is good though. That is good. I think it has to be Marauding. Oh, let me think. You know what? I'm going to sacrifice Marauding. I still want to attack with Goreclaw. Play Regisaur next turn. Also lovely. I want to do as much damage right now. Like that. Sweeper for 4. Maybe. Oh, they're going to take out the darn Castle Garenbrink. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Interesting. I would have taken out Stomping Ground instead. Okay. Okay, not too bad. Maybe they have a Fatal Push and they want to meet the requirement of a permanent leaving the battlefield to take out Goreclaw. Oh, okay. Oh my. Okay, that's a Great Henge for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. If this works. Ooh. Cross your fingers. Come on, you can do it. Oh. Yep. Yes. Oh boy. Folks. Exactly enough to also play Regisaur. Draw a card. Bigger stuff. Go time. Oh boy. Oh. Can we do it? Sunfall. Oh.
Ruthless aggression.
You won! You did it!
Woo. Cut. That seemed a little bit complicated. Man. Oh, just getting right in. A little bit too quick, too devastating. Beautiful stuff indeed. Goreclaw made all the difference. I thought that would be better. We would deal a little bit more damage on that turn and reduction for future turns. Yes, absolutely. But you see how lovely Goreclaw is. We have been absolutely fortunate to see the bear as much as we have tonight. 1 copy. But it's like we're seeing it as if we had 2 or 3, I would figure. I would not have expected. Yeah, just very fortunate. But you see how good it is, so up Goreclaw to 2? 3 perhaps? Because that certainly has been the key thing. Playing Regisaur for super cheap. It was reduced to just 2 with Marauding Raptor plus Goreclaw, a total of 3, only needing to pay potentially 1 red and 1 green, which is absolutely insane. Man. Oh, okay. Whew. Fantastic stuff. One more match. Let's do one more match at least. Man, that's a lot of gold. Why can't Lost Caverns of Ixalan just release early? It would be nice if I could do the early access streamer event on Arena. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm probably not big enough, unfortunately. That would be pretty fun, though. But, hey, yeah, good. Yeah, love it. A bunch of lands. We got a source of red for Huntmaster. We go Huntmaster, Topiary, Great Henge, maybe. What do we got going on here? Temple Garden. Is it going to be Angels again? Hopefully not. Man. Angels. Oh, phew. It's just tokens. That's not so bad. But we are able to go Great Henge next turn. That's what I want to be doing. Yes, please. Hopefully they don't have anything to deal with it. I imagine the interaction is a little bit less, being tokens. I'll take 2. Fine by me. Wow. Selesnya Tokens. Maybe too little too late. After we drop this. Oh. Perfect. We have a total of 7, possibly 8. If we get another land, we can go shifting plus Carnage turn next turn. Oh, that would be devastating. I think I'll at least start with Carnage turn, just because it's a bigger, harder to deal with thing. But we'll see. Of course, a Marauding Raptor would be absolute perfection. Marauding Raptor for 1, shifting for 2, and Carnage turns for 4. Another Voice of Resurgence. Man, that's going to get scary. After we kill it, they make a token that is power and toughness equal to the number of creatures they control. Not a fun time. We don't have a sweeper. Certainly a sweeper would be quite helpful in this scenario. But we did get the shifting. We'll go with that first because we might draw other cheap stuff. We might draw marauding, which is what I would want to be doing. A Regisaur, huh? I kind of like Regisaur. 2 bodies might make all the difference. Of course, shifting being 6 power, threatening that Regal Bunnicorn is pretty good. I imagine Voice of Resurgence, though, would block, they'll make the token, and that token is going to be absolutely massive. So we'll hold up. We'll wait. And we'll have to watch out, because this deck has been pretty good. Lots of creatures. If you don't have a sweeper, of course, you will get caught out pretty badly. It's going to be rough overall. Oh, a Boseiju. That's pretty good. I have another one in my hand. Another Great Henge. Might as well go Stomping Ground. Have it enter tapped. Thanks for getting me my 7th land for Topiary Stomper there. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good worst case. Oh! Another one, as DJ Khaled says. Then we gotta go Great Henge plus Tranix Rex. Thank you. 6 for a 9/9. Trample, Haste, Ward 4, Toxic 4, draw a card. I like it. Do I want to attack with Tranix Rex? Maybe. Imagine both Voice of Resurgence would block it. Plus a couple tokens. Do I like the thought of that? Yeah. Let's try it. I want to get those Voice of Resurgences flipped. I want them to maybe be super duper aggressive. Oh, they make it bigger. Okay, they got shenanigans up their sleeve. That is, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That certainly does the trick. Yeah, that's rough stuff. March of the Multitudes, instant speed, convoke, create X11 white soldiers, but with Wedding Festivity, it's 2/2s, and they have life. Oh, okay. We know when we're done for. Of course, Rampaging Ferocidon would be pretty devastating, dealing 1 damage whenever a creature enters the battlefield to the creature's controller. Yeah, man. We'll see if this becomes more common. A sweeper, perfection. A sweeper instead of Tranquil Frillback, certainly that could be pretty reasonable. I'm already having something to help against Greasefang with Reckless Rage here. Greasefang, probably the most popular graveyard focused deck So if we already have something against it, we may not need the exiling part of Tranquil Frillback. I would certainly imagine I would prefer a sweeper Brotherhood's End instead of Tranquil Frillback. Brotherhood's End or some sort of sweeper being maybe more versatile than this. Even though we do a lot of stuff, I don't really care about destroying one artifact. Nah. I already get rid of enchantments, so that part on Tranquil Frillback is just extra. But taking out Wedding Festivity could be nice. I'm going to keep it as is. I'm not going to bother bringing in Reckless Rage. And if I bring in Reckless Rage, I would want to bring in Ripjaw Raptor. Taking out one thing against a token deck doesn't do a whole lot. Not at all. At least we know they don't have a lot of interaction, so we could potentially be a little bit risky with what I keep. Although I can't keep mulliganing, so that will have to do. Bunch of lands, marauding. Hopefully we get Ancient Imperiosaur somewhere in there. Hopefully they don't have some sort of removal. Or another Beseju for Castle Garenbrig. That certainly could be. Okay, good stuff. Well, we won't quite get Ancient Imperiosaur yet, but Taquis Marauding. Do some damage. Maximum aggression. Okay, good. Ooh, not so good. Nuts. It's a 3-3 now. I don't like the looks of that. We can get Tyrannosaurus Rex or Ancient Imperiosaur next turn. Tyrannosaurus Rex certainly could be pretty devastating, but that Regal Bunnicorn is painful. Nuts. That's too bad. Hopefully no Collected Company, but I imagine that is probably in the mix. Tyrannosaurus Rex might be our best bet. I just hope the Collected Company hits aren't too bad, but maybe it's just not in there. Well, let's hope for the best. See what happens. Not too worried about Marauding Raptor. They could take it out. Voice of Resurgence and Elvish Mystic blocking, but I don't see any reason why they would want to lose some of their ramp. Oh, the Wandering Emperor it is. Huh. Okay. Still dealing a bunch of damage, and hopefully Tyrannosaurus Rex sticks around. I believe it should. I'd be surprised if it went down to something. It's going to be pretty hard to deal with Ward 4. Although they do have a total of 6. If perhaps they had removal for... Yeah, removal for 2. Xenagos would do the trick. Xenagos would have done the trick. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. One creature has to block. Voice of Resurgence would block, and yeah. Well, nothing we can do. We don't have sweepers. At least you see the potential importance and the wider range of stuff you can hurt. Mono-white humans, a sweeper, good. This, a sweeper, good. Rakdos midrange, Gruul vehicles, a sweeper for 3 damage, pretty darn fantastic. Taking out most stuff, man, that it does the trick. And Ripjaw Raptor, of course, You ping it with the sweeper. You're off to the races. That'll get them. Oh, you're pretty much Pterosaurus. I was going to pack it in basically now, but it has been stunning so far. Some hits, some misses, as it always is. You certainly can't win everything. But it has been better with 23 lands versus the 21 from last night, I must say. Man, perfect. I'm glad you're here to say hi right at the end, though. I started a little bit later than I had hoped, so cutting it, well, slightly short. I mean, I could go as long as I want, but it is getting a little bit late for me, of course. It is always nice if I can schedule these ahead of time. Sometimes I just don't get the chance to make the thumbnail, make it as good as I possibly can, and schedule it 4 or 5 hours ahead just so you guys get the most notice, or schedule it a day ahead. Sometimes is even better, but yeah. All right, good night, Pterosaurus. Happy you caught me right at the end. Cut, James, Matt, Junior, everybody else watching right now or later on. Have a good rest of your time zone. Go Dinos. Dinos for life. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace.